Plant in Nevis are moving ahead. More than 60 computers donated to schools and community groups in St. Kitts and Nevis, and police outline traffic arrangements for swearing-in ceremony on Saturday. The details to these stories and more after the break.
Be ready for school with the coolest deals from Quartz. Free gifts with your back-to-school purchases. Plus, up to 50% off cell phones, computers, printers, televisions, and more. Shop today with no cash and get instant credit on 3 to 36 months credit plans. Save big with great deals and head back to school in style. Only from Quartz. Bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Mosoka, 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 mosoka.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Major Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, Premier the Honorable Mark Brantley has revealed that plans to construct a solar-powered desalination plant in Nevis are advancing towards the implementation stage. The Premier said through his diplomatic negotiations with the government of the United Arab Emirates during his tenure as Foreign Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, he successfully procured 2 such plants. One for St. Kitts and one for Nevis. He noted that there had been some delay in the process. However, plans to build the plant on Nevis are now moving forward. Desalination plants are used to remove salts and minerals from salt water, especially seawater, to produce water for human consumption or irrigation. Premier Brantley explained that even though it will be a small plant, it would be very beneficial to the island. The project is expected to play a significant role in helping to ensure an adequate supply of water for the populace during drought conditions. According to information out of the Nevis Island Administration, over the past few years, the NIA has invested heavily in ensuring that the people of Nevis have a regular and reliable source of potable water. Officials from the Ministries of Education and Foreign Affairs were among those in attendance at the Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport on Friday to receive a shipment of computers. More than 60 computers were donated by Northumberland High School in Virginia, and a brief ceremony was held on the tarmac for the arrival. According to Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kay Bass, this donation was spearheaded by the efforts of the Federation's OAS representative.
We understand that these are refurbished computers donated through our Ambassador Hall, our permanent representative to the Organization of American States. And we are so happy that we can partner with the Virginia schools to receive these computers, which I understand will be donated to the Ministry of Education and any community center that can benefit.
According to Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, William Hodge, the assistance from Northumberland goes beyond just the computers.
I understand that later there would be a group of students from the United States who would be linking up with our students here, and they would teach them how to further refurbish some of these computers. But we are indeed indebted to the local Ministry of Foreign Affairs for organizing this for us.
21 of the computers will be used within the Ministry of Education. The remainder will be distributed among various community groups. Ahead of the swearing-in of cabinet ministers on Saturday at the Warner Park Cricket Stadium, the police force has outlined the traffic arrangements for the event. The information came during ZIZ Radio's Policing With You program on Thursday from Divisional Commander for District A, Superintendent Cromwell Henry.
At Warner Park, Victoria Road would be one way. Traffic would only be allowed to travel upwards. Parking would only be allowed on one side. Similarly, on East Park Range, traffic would only flow in one direction. Parking is only be allowed on one side. Lozak Road, we would want Lozak Road to be reserved for special parking. The pavement outside the entrance gate, that's the parking lot opposite the football house, that we would want that to be free of vehicles, because we anticipate that there would be a large number of persons going into the stadium, and so we want the space to be utilized by the pedestrians. Excuse me. So there will be no parking allowed on that parking lot on Lozak Road opposite the football house.
He added that there will be designated parking inside the venue for specially invited guests, government officials and dignitaries.
We would have special parking inside the stadium for specially invited guests and other dignitaries, government officials and senior officials of the government. They would be permitted to park inside in designated areas. They will know where their designated areas are. They will be given specific car passes. So members of the public, general public, we admonish you not to try to enter the park with your vehicles. The entrance for the public would be on Lozak Road, the main entry gate on Lozak Road. That would be the entrance for the general public.
Superintendent Henry said members of the force will be on hand to escort guests to the seating areas. He asked for the full cooperation of the general public during this event. After the break, Skinaipa congratulates Dr. Terence Drew on Prime Ministership, and SKN moves Health Walk postponed. Stay tuned.
Elevate your experience with Flow's fiber-fast internet and mobile combined. Enjoy double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines, plus up to 35 megabits per second home internet speed at the best rate, giving you the best value to stay connected. Hon, I think our Flow mobile is elevated.
You think?
An elevated experience starts with Flow at home, powering double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines at the best rate. Visit a Flow store to sign up today.
Mommy, where did you get all these groceries from?
When my mom was a child, my grandma was only able to provide just what they needed. When my mom got older, she was then able to provide what they needed and some. But now, with FlexPay, I am able to get everything we need and lots more with cashback.
Wow, Mom, I hope this never ends.
For the last 25 years, SL Hospital's Company Limited has given customers millions in cashback for free groceries with every hire purchase in their never-ending cashback.
It's powerful, it's fast, it's my type of cricket.
Bring it on!
The 60 is exciting. It sounds like boom blast.
It's going to be a game full of strategy. Pollard, fast-paced, very action-packed. Bring your A game.
Great for the viewer.
I'll be waiting.
People are going to come out swinging from the go.
Come on, what more can Caribbean people ask for?
See you in St. Kitts for Cricket's Power Game.
I cannot wait for it to start.
Are you ready for the 60?
Welcome back. The St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, or SKNIPA, has offered congratulations to the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew on being sworn in as the 4th Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, following his St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party's win at the polls. In a statement, SKNIPA also offered special congratulations to the Honourable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, one of SKNIPA's founding fathers, and the Honourable Conris Maynard, SKNIPA alumnus, on their victories as elected representatives for St. Christopher I and St. Christopher III, respectively. Scanaipa expressed gratitude to everyone who exercised their constitutional right to vote on Friday, irrespective of their party's affiliation. The youth parliamentarians also offered congratulations to the supervisor of elections, the Electoral Commission, returning officers, presiding officers, clerks, party agents, observers, security personnel, and the media who contributed to the smooth electoral process. Scanaipa wished the elected representatives a successful tenure and urged them to serve with integrity, fairness, honesty, humility, and respect for the rule of law and the people. In other news, the Ministry of Health has announced the postponement of the SKN Moves Health Walk, which was slated for Saturday, the 13th of August. This postponement is due to the upcoming inauguration of the new government administration being held on the same day. The SKN Moves Health Walk will now be held on Caribbean Wellness Day, which is Saturday, the 10th of September. The Ministry of Health would like to apologize for any inconvenience caused by this postponement. And finally, on the national scene, Kititian Michael Tross, who's from Sandy Point, has been awarded the Developing Emerging Leaders and Talent in Agriculture Fellowship from Corteva Agri-Science Doctoral Fellowship at his university, the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. When he learned of his selection, he said, quote, "The computational tools required to do AI research can be very expensive. I applied for this fellowship because I thought it was a great opportunity to get funding that would further aid in developing my skills as an AI data scientist and supplement my research in artificial intelligence. I was elated that I was selected for this fellowship since it is very competitive and my second time applying for it. This fellowship will also allow me to network with industry personnel doing work that is similar to my research," end quote. Tross is studying integrated plant biology, and according to a release from the university, the Corteva Delta Fellowship is a two-phased program that encourages diverse talent to apply their skills towards sustainable and reliable food production. This program includes a research grant for graduate students and postdocs, as well as participation in an annual symposium. The release further states that Tross's research includes using artificial intelligence and machine learning models to enable high-throughput plant phenotyping, as well as perform statistical genetic analyses to find genes responsible for important agronomic traits. His current project involves using hyperspectral leaf reflectance data and AI models to quantify important agronomic traits. The statement said Tross's studies will help him have a significant impact on the agricultural industry or any other field he should choose to apply his skills to when he graduates in spring of 2024. Coming up in regional news, a new mental health bill in Guyana aims to prevent discrimination against patients. The details when we return.
Here are your Horseless Value Mart IG Value Club Blue Tag specials from August 11th through 24th. Downy Fabric Softener, $23.99. Essential Everyday Chocolate Chip Cookies, $12.99. Sweet Baby Ray Barbecue Sauce, $9.99. La Yogurt, $2.99. Eggo Waffles, $13.99. Ajax Dish Detergent, $4.99. And now, our very low weekly value deals. Old Orchard 100% apple juice, $9.99. Bugles or Chex Mix, just $9.99. Peter Pan Peanut Butter, $10.99. Tropicana Punch Juices, $7.99. Arm & Hammer Deodorants, $8.99. Stone Ridge Ice Cream, $18.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Regionally, following the passage of the Mental Health Protection and Promotional Bill in Ghana's National Assembly on Monday, Dr. Frank Anthony is describing the legislation as extremely progressive in preventing stigmatization and discrimination against persons battling mental ailments. More from Joel Vutt.
Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony on Wednesday noted that the bill updates the previous mental health legislation and seeks to address proper mental health care and treatment of persons with mental illnesses.
One of the things that this bill sought to address is to prevent stigmatization, prevent discrimination, especially for those persons who have a more severe form of mental health illness.
According to the minister, the bill will benefit every Guyanese, noting that a recent mental health research estimates that some 15 to 20% of the local population have some form of mental illnesses, whether mild or severe. Furthermore, Dr. Anthony explained that the modern legislation, which he describes as a progressive, forward-thinking type of bill, will protect, promote as well as prioritizing and fulfilling the human rights of those persons during the delivery of mental health care.
So we have entrenched in the law a series of rights for patients, and among those is the right to have access to care.
The new bill revokes the mental health ordinances of 1930 that had become outdated and not in line with modern norms and practices. It will ensure mental health care is incorporated in primary health care systems, allowing persons in remote areas to access treatment and care.
But they have to access their treatment. And so this bill is going to change that paradigm, and over the next couple of years, we'll ensure that persons with mental health illnesses can be treated closer to their home.
The subject minister revealed that the Mental Health Protection and Promotion Bill, which was drafted by international experts, has several components, including aspects which specifically address hospitalization and treatment of patients. Reporting for DHB 90 News, Joel Vogt.
The Ministry of Health in St. Lucia is reporting more cases of hand, foot and mouth disease on island. The ministry has also announced its ability to test for monkeypox. The update was provided by Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sharon Belma George. More in this DBS News report.
The Ministry of Health has strengthened the public health system in relation to testing for monkeypox. St. Lucia now has the capacity to test for monkeypox in country at the Ezra Long Laboratory. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, meanwhile, is facilitating a coordinated response in obtaining vaccines for the region. PAHO has engaged in early negotiations with manufacturers of the 2-dose vaccine.
There is currently only one third-generation vaccine for monkeypox that is currently produced by just one manufacturer, priced at about US $100 per dose. They are in short supply and not widely available. The vaccines are recommended for close contacts of positive cases and high-risk frontline workers.
The Chief Medical Officer has also informed that the Health Ministry has received reports of cases of hand, foot and mouth disease from some healthcare providers on island. Hand, foot and mouth disease is a contagious illness caused by different viruses. It affects infants and children younger than 5 years old. However, older children and adults are also susceptible. Individuals with hand, foot and mouth disease usually develop immunity to the specific virus that caused their infection. However, because the disease can be caused by several different viruses, persons can get it again.
Symptoms of hand, foot and mouth disease include fever, reduced appetite, sore throat, painful mouth sores that usually begin as flat red spots which start on the tongue and inside of the mouth and blister and become painful. A rash of flat red spots that may blister on the palms of the hands, soles of the feet, and sometimes the knees, elbows, and the genital area. Preventative measures include frequent hand washing with soap and water, especially after changing diapers. Avoid touching the eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Avoid close contact with affected persons. Frequent disinfection of high-touched surfaces as well, especially if someone is sick. There is no vaccine to protect against hand, foot, and mouth disease, and treatment is symptomatic, aimed at relieving the symptoms and preventing dehydration. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is usually not a serious disease, and most persons recover in 7 to 10 days without medical treatment. Persons who suspect that they may have this or note symptoms in their children are advised to visit the nearest medical care facility.
While the country continues to record daily cases of COVID-19, these are underreported, says the Chief Medical Officer, citing the reluctance of the public to get tested. The Caribbean Public Health Agency CAFA has confirmed the presence of 2 other new variants of concern, BA4 and BF5, in country. Currently, 10 positive COVID-19 cases are admitted at the respiratory hospital, of which 1 is severely ill. For the DBS Newsworld, I am Zane Romulus.
Coming up, we speak with Head of Marketing for CPL, Chris Watson, about the upcoming tournament. Upfront is next.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investments. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
It's powerful, it's fast, it's my type of cricket.
Bring it on! The 60 is exciting. It sounds like boom blast.
It's going to be a game full of strategy. Pollard, fast-paced, vigorous, action-packed. Bring your A game.
Great for the viewer.
I'll be waiting.
People are going to come out swinging from the go.
Come on, what more can Caribbean people ask for?
See you in St. Kitts for Cricket's Powered Game.
I cannot wait for it to start.
Are you ready for the 60?
Hello and welcome to Upfront. Tonight, joining me virtually is Mr. Chris Watson. He is the Head of Marketing for the Hero Caribbean Premier League, and we're going to be talking about how the plans for the upcoming tournament are going along so far. Mr. Watson, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Thanks for having me on.
It's our pleasure. So, of course, you know, CPL is a huge deal in St. Kitts and across the region. The premier cricket tournament, as it's been billed, quite the party atmosphere. Now, can you tell us, but this year I know that there's something new being added, the 60 tournament. Tell us how plans for that are coming along. How's it coming?
Yeah, so as well as having CPL games in St. Kitts, we've also got the 60, as you mentioned, which is a T10 cricket tournament over 5 days just before CPL starts. So that's the 24th to the 28th of August. There's a number of exciting innovations to the game that make it shorter, faster, more exciting and more dynamic. And Chris Gale's going to be playing in that, as well as all the CPL teams. So there's a lot to look forward to. And then after the 60, we go into CPL again on the 31st of August. So the CPL and the 60 will both have women's games in. So there's a huge amount to be excited about and look forward to in St. Kitts this year.
Indeed, and I think one of the biggest aspects that people are really excited about is that this is the first time that fans will be able to really congregate at the site. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's been a challenging couple of years for all sport around the world, and we're thankful now that we're hopefully in a position that we can get back to a more normal, if you will, sort of CPL experience, and also for the 60. So we're opening to full stadium capacity. We're going to welcome all fans to come in, and we're going to put on entertainment, live music, sponsor giveaways. There's going to be all sorts of exciting things going on. So it's, you know, whether you want to have a great night out or you want to have a day out with the family, there's something for everyone. So, you know, the party's back. Come on down, get your ticket and have a great time.
Will there be vaccination requirements?
Well, we're obviously working with regards to whatever the requirements are in each of the territories that we have our operation in. So my understanding is that that's not the case, and not the requirement in St Kitts and Nevis or in any of our territories this year. That it's not mandatory to have those checks. Obviously, there's processes for people coming into the country and other sort of protocols which we'll be following to ensure safety. But as far as I'm aware at the current time, that there is no requirement around that, so we can welcome fans back in a more responsible but sort of large-scale way than we have done in the last couple of years.
I understand that there's a special bonus for the younger fans as well.
Yes, absolutely. So we've just announced today that we're going to be inviting in schools and cricket foundations right across the whole of the region. So certainly in St Kitts there'll be at least 100 children invited to every single game day right across the 60 and CPL. So kids will be able to come down, kids will be able to enjoy while they're there entertainment. We'll have giveaways, food, sponsor activities for the kids as well, face painting, those kind of things. So it's going to be a great experience if you come to the games and come in early. So it's something for everyone, not just a night out, but because there's lots of games in one day, the kids can come as well. And one extra little thing is that obviously CPL's turning 10 years old this year. We've just launched an initiative that if anyone is turning 10 when the games are on, they can come down and have their birthday or have a party at one of our games and have a great time. We'll make sure they get in for free and they get some goodies to celebrate with their friends.
Oh, that's great. I wish I was turning 10. So finally, for those of us who are not turning 10 and would actually have to pay to get in, can you tell us about the ticket pricing structure?
Yeah, absolutely. So the 60, there's either 3 or 4 games a day because it's a short T10 format. And tickets for the 60 start from as little as $5 for the first day, and then thereafter they're $10 because there's more games in the latter days. So it's a really affordable price to come down and see 3 or 4 games of brilliant cricket with all the superstars. And then the CPL prices start generally at about $15, and you can get tickets for both CPL and the 60 now at cplt20.com. And next week we'll be opening the box office as well, so that fans can go and get their tickets at Warner Park in person if they prefer to do it that way. So thanks for all your support over the years, everyone in St Kitts and Nevis, and we look forward to seeing you guys all come out en masse and have a great time at either the 60 or CPL or both.
Well, thank you very much, and we will definitely be there. St. Kitts and Nevis fans love CPL, we love cricket, so I know there's going to be a strong turnout from the residents here.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I've been speaking with Mr. Chris Watson. He's the head of marketing of the Hero Caribbean Premier Cricket League tournament, and he's been giving us some more information about the pricing structure, the format, and of course the new 60 tournament that will be a part of the games this year. That's it for Upfront. I'm Jason Davis. More news after this. Internationally, Johnson & Johnson will stop selling talc-based baby powder globally in 2023, more than 2 years after it ended U.S. sales of a product that drew thousands of consumer safety lawsuits. More in this report.
Johnson & Johnson is discontinuing its controversial talc-based baby powder globally in 2023, after years of battling consumer lawsuits over alleged carcinogens in the product. In a statement, J&J said Thursday it would transition to a cornstarch-based baby powder, which is already sold in several countries around the world. J&J already stopped selling its talc baby powder in the U.S. and Canada back in 2020, saying demand had fallen in the wake of what it called misinformation about the product's safety amid a string of legal challenges. The company faces some 38,000 lawsuits from consumers, claiming its talc products were contaminated with asbestos and caused cancer. J&J denies the allegations and reiterated that on Thursday, saying decades of scientific testing and regulatory approvals have shown its talc to be safe and asbestos-free. Evidence of asbestos contamination was confirmed in a 2018 Reuters investigation, which found that J&J knew for decades that the carcinogen was present in its products, according to internal company records, trial testimony, and other evidence. In response to media reports of contamination evidence, J&J has repeatedly said in court and Congress that its talc products are safe and do not cause cancer. The company has attempted to alleviate legal troubles by creating a subsidiary unit and immediately seeking bankruptcy protection, putting a hold on pending lawsuits. Those suing have said J&J should have to defend itself against the lawsuits, while defendants of J&J and the bankrupt subsidiary process say it's an equitable way to compensate claimants.
Still on the international scene, cattle farmers, primarily in the Indian states of Gujarat and Rajasthan, are trying to curb an outbreak of lumpy skin disease. It's a viral infection that spreads through flies and dirty food and water. More than 3,000 cattle have died in these states, which is caused by the Capripox virus. Al Jazeera's Pavni Mittal reports from Jaipur, India.
This shed is disinfected every few hours. At least a dozen cows are quarantined here, sick from a viral skin disease. This rehab center in the state of Rajasthan is home to nearly 1,700 animals. Many are infected. Authorities say they first spotted symptoms 2 months ago.
We get a lot of cows from the city. Some have been in accidents. Even those you see eating garbage on the streets are brought here. We check for symptoms when they arrive. Even those without symptoms are kept away from our herds for weeks.
Lumpy skin disease is spread mostly by flies and mosquitoes. Lumps like these start appearing on the skin. Animals become weak and get fever. It's spreading fast. Thousands of animals have died across India. Most of them are cows. Rajasthan state is the worst affected. The disease emerged in Zambia a century ago. In recent years, parts of Asia have reported cases. Here in India, it regularly infected sheep and goats. This is the first time that thousands of cattle have caught the disease. Lali Devi's family owns 15 cows. Like millions of others, their livelihood depends on cattle. She says she hasn't let them out in weeks.
If they fall sick, it will impact the milk. We can also fall sick and our incomes will also fall. On top of that, the treatment will cost us a lot of money.
Officials say they're testing animals regularly. The goatpox vaccine is being given across India. But some districts are reporting a shortage of medicines and doctors. Milk production has also reduced in some areas.
Farmers depend a lot on cattle. They use them in fields and for milk. Low milk production affects the economy and their incomes. We want the government to promise them free medicines. Vets are checking on the cattle and the treatment is free. Even here, the government is funding the treatment.
Rajasthan's government is asking for donations to help fund the treatment. Officials say they plan to vaccinate as many animals to prevent future outbreaks. Pavni Mittal, Al Jazeera, Jaipur in Western India.
Up next in sport, Trinidad and Tobago men take sprint gold at the Elite Pan American Track Cycling Championships, and tennis champion Serena Williams will retire after US Open. Stay tuned.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investment. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
First up in sport, Trinidad and Tobago continued its successful August with gold in the men's team sprint at the Elite Pan American Track Cycling Championships in Lima, Peru. More in this report.
The TNT team of three-time Commonwealth Games medalist Nicholas Paul, Zion Pulido and Kwesi Brown won the event in a season's best 43.860 seconds. TTO qualified third fastest in a time of 44.58 seconds, but won in the final were 1/100 of a second faster than second place Canada, who earlier qualified first in 44.42 seconds. Colombia was third. TNT rode the fastest first lap of the final, Zion Pulido stopping the clock at a world-leading 17.385 seconds. The trio in their first ever ride as a team also had the fastest second lap. Also on the track last evening, endurance rider Akil Campbell was sixth in the men's elimination race, while Alexi Costa Ramirez was also sixth in the women's scratch race. Today, the endurance riding Campbell siblings added two more medals to TNT's haul. Akil Campbell found his way to the medals when he finished third in the men's scratch race. His sister Tennille returned to the track to capture bronze in the women's elimination race. The siblings celebrated their victories together.
Serena Williams has announced her upcoming retirement from tennis. The 23-time Grand Slam champion won her first singles match in more than a year at the National Bank Open in Toronto on Monday evening, but revealed in a first-person piece for Vogue the next day that she decided to end her career. Here's more.
Serena Williams will retire soon. The tennis legend won her first singles match in over a year at the National Bank Open in Toronto Monday, but revealed in Vogue magazine Tuesday that she decided to end her career. Tennis prospect Coco Gauff, who calls Williams the reason why she plays tennis, shared her mind on the athlete's upcoming farewell tour.
I knew it was coming eventually. I didn't know if it was going to be this U.S. Open or the next one. But yeah, I mean, definitely, well, not really shocking, but almost shocking news because she's just been playing forever my whole life. And I don't know, a little bit sad because I've always wanted to play her. So I'm hoping that my draw at Cincinnati or US Open or even here can work out so we can play each other.
The 23-time Grand Slam champion broke the news in a first-person piece, describing it as the hardest thing that she could ever imagine. The many trophies she collected throughout her career and her family history inspired generations.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I grew up watching her. I mean, that's the reason why I played tennis. And, you know, tennis being a predominantly white sport, it definitely helped a lot because I saw somebody look like me dominating the game, and it made me believe that I could dominate too. And then my dad, I think, for her whole story, the Williams sisters' story, not just Serena, with Mr. Williams and all that he's done for both of them, it inspired my dad to continue to coach me and help me, even though he had not really much tennis experience. But he was like, if Mr. Williams can do it, then I can. And I think it's not so much just what Serena and Venus has left, it's also the whole Williams family in general.
Williams has committed to playing at the Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati next week, as well as the US Open later this month. It appears it will be her final tournament. The 40-year-old has become a force in the business world with her venture firm and other business activities, including fashion lines.
When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines. Stay tuned.
Whether you're at home or abroad, ZIZ's social media platforms help you stay connected with what's going on in St. Kitts and Nevis. Keep up with daily events by liking our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at ZBC Online. Like our pictures on Instagram and subscribe to our videos on YouTube. Also, you can watch us live on the ZIZ mobile app and our website, zizonline.com. No matter where you are, ZIZ is just a click away. ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, reaching you wherever you are.
We now wrap up with a recap of the top stories. Premier Brantley says plans for a desalination plant in Nevis are moving ahead. More than 60 computers donated to schools and community groups in St. Kitts and Nevis, and police outlined traffic arrangements for swearing-in ceremony on Saturday. And that's it for the ZIZ Major Newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Davis.